Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Niger once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, got some topics for you guys, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting with our first topic, and this is kind of something I talked about in my update video, which if you haven't already, go check that out. We are starting Awful Month here on the channel, so that's mainly going to consist of me reviewing just bad stuff all around, whether it's movies, video games, wrestling matches, the likes. He's also doing some discussions on it, maybe even a tier list or two on it. But yeah, so just kicking Awful Month into full swing, where I look at some of the worst, and I have some really good / bad picks this year, and I hope to make it like an annual thing. So. Get ready, because I got some interesting stuff coming for you guys in that regard. The next thing I want to talk about is WrestleMania Backlash 2023, which looks like they're dropping the WrestleMania from the Backlash, so it's going to be just Backlash, which, thank goodness, because that WrestleMania part was not necessary for Backlash, and a lot of people want it gone. Well, ask and you shall receive, and very interesting, because this is the first show, I believe, since New Year's Revolution. I forgot which year it was, but this is actually going to take place in Puerto Rico, which is really cool that they're bringing WWE back to Puerto Rico, at least in terms of like events and everything. That's actually really cool. But as for the card, so far it's still starting to take shape, but I believe we got like most of the matches. They may add one or two more matches, but I think this is pretty much going to be mostly it, at least for now, for the card. Or we'll see if they add any more, but at the time of recording, the card currently is one of the big ones is Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, stemming from Brock Lesnar beating the crap out of Cody Rhodes the night after WrestleMania, and they've been feuding ever since. Cody Rhodes, props to Cody Rhodes and to an extent Brock Lesnar for helping this rivalry take shape. Cody Rhodes saying Brock is scared of Cody, but Cody also admits he's kind of scared of Brock, which makes sense, but gonna be an interesting match. A lot of people say this match should have been for the title, and I'm inclined to agree, but nevertheless, we are getting Cody versus Brock. Some people say this may set up for the Cody-Roman rematch for later on, and that might be the case, but yeah, so Cody Rhodes is going to be battling Brock Lesnar. I'm personally excited for this match. Brock usually does well with like smaller opponents, and at least when he actually tries to put on a good match. It doesn't always work out, sadly, Brock Lesnar and smaller opponents, but when they actually try, Brock Lesnar can actually have a good match with a smaller opponent. For example, like Finn Balor or Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, those types of matches. But yes, I'm excited for this one. I want to see how they do, who I think is going to win. Possibly, it probably could go either way. But I will say Cody, after what happened at WrestleMania, I know it's Brock and everything, but Cody really could use the win here. But will they give it to him? We'll find out. Then next up is Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle versus the Bloodline, which is going to be the Usos and Solo Sikoa. Apparently, just saw like the draft pools. Apparently, they're splitting up the Bloodline, which okay, why? But nevertheless, seeing the Bloodline here, I think this one's probably going to go to Sami, Kevin, and Matt, just to further the whole dissension, possible breakup of the Bloodline, which I think it might be what they're getting at here. But yeah, so but this will probably still be a really solid match, and of course, it's like I said, going to be very story driven. So we'll see how they drive the story along here in the match. Then next up is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Hopefully it's going to be a good match, and it's going to be pretty cool, because it's going to be taking place in Zelina Vega's backyard, of course, of Puerto Rico. But I don't think Rhea Ripley's dropping the SmackDown Women's Championship, at least not yet. She's probably going to hold on to it for a little while, but still going to be a really solid match between the two, and I'm definitely excited for this one as well. Like both ladies' body of work. and I think it'll make for a good match. Same with this next one, as it's going to be Austin Theory battling both Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. If, of course, Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed have been having their issues as of late on Raw, storyline and everything, but Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley have been feuding. Austin Theory, he, of course, U.S. champion, and I think both Bronson and Bobby have gone after the U.S. Championship, including Bronson, at least, in the Elimination Chamber match. But, yeah, so I'm excited for this one. And who do I think is going to win? Although the deck looks like it's stacked against him, I think Austin Theory probably is going to find a way to retain in this match. But it still has all the makings of what could be a really, really solid match. So hopefully they deliver on that front. But next up, it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. Also, kind of also furthering the dissension between Damage Control, which came about after Bayley gave up her opportunity at the championship to Io Sky, and Io won. And could potentially be Bayley and or Dakota Kai turning on Io Sky in this match, but I don't think Bianca is dropping it just yet. Or maybe she might. I'm not sure. Or if anyone to drop the Raw Women's Championship too, I think Io Sky would be a really, really solid choice. Then next up is going to be Seth Rollins versus Omos. Probably the most random match on this card, or almost no build to it. In fact, they're probably going to try to do the build now that the match has actually been announced. So kind of like working backwards, announcing the match, and then doing a lot of the work backwards, which sometimes may work, but oftentimes usually doesn't. But nevertheless, gonna be an interesting match. I don't think Seth Rollins is gonna win this one, but Omos definitely could use a very big win, and I'm sure he'll definitely get it against Seth Rollins. But I am interested to see how this match will play out. And then, finally, we have Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny in a San Juan street fight. Of course, this all came about after Bad Bunny got involved at WrestleMania, helping out Ray against his son Dominic, and then afterwards, Damian beating up Bad Bunny, putting him through a table. Bad Bunny coming back saying he's not going to be the host of Backlash anymore. Now he's going to fight Damian Priest, which is funny that they teamed up at WrestleMania 37, and then now they're going to be fighting here. Funny where wrestling takes you, but. Honestly, I could see this one going either way. It could go to Bad Bunny because, he's a celebrity and everything. But Damian Priest also, I think, could use the win as well. Also, this could go either way. But I'm interested to see Bad Bunny, of course, wowing a lot of people in the ring. Again, back at WrestleMania 37. So we'll see if he's able to do it again here. But yeah, so that is the card so far. We'll see if they add any more matches, but yes, that's the card for right now. But next up is going to be we're going to be talking about X-Men Evolution, which is actually a show I just finished like a couple weeks ago. And X-Men Evolution was a show that premiered, I believe, on like Fox Kids, if I'm not mistaken, but I was able to watch it on Disney Plus, and kind of a show I feel like that kind of flew under the radar, or probably because it's kind of seen as like the '90s X-Men TV show's younger brother, or in a lot of regards. But I still think it was a pretty interesting show, showcasing the X-Men, most of the X-Men aside from a few as like teenagers growing up in school and everything, and being able to save the world and everything, battling against other teenagers in the Brotherhood of Mutants, and then culminating in a battle, them kind of teaming up in a battle against Apocalypse. Later on in the series, it was supposed to continue after that. We were supposed to see like the Phoenix Saga and everything covered in X-Men Evolution, which similar because they covered the Phoenix Saga as well in the '90s X-Men TV show, but that never came to be. The series was canceled, and that kind of left open-ended, which honestly I think yeah, it sucks that it was canceled obviously, but I think having the Apocalypse stuff happen and then kind of leaving the rest of the stuff up to the up to the visions of like Professor Xavier, I think was actually a really solid way to end the show. Oh, and the show is actually really good. But I think a lot of people remember like the theme song, because the theme song does slap. It's really really solid. But the show itself is also really cool as well. Exploring and kind of similar themes to like the '90s X-Men TV shows, such as like the whole humans versus mutants debate, and stuff and things of that regard. So kind of in that same vein. But again, because the '90s X-Men TV show, of course, so popular, so iconic. Sadly, I feel like this one kind of flew under the radar as a result, but definitely an interesting show. I definitely recommend going and giving it a watch. Like I said, it is on Disney Plus, so I do recommend checking it out. But the next thing I want to talk about is kind of a doozy, and that is Twitter removing the legacy blue check mark. So up until Elon Musk took over Twitter, or there used to be what they're now referring to as like legacy check marks, where someone, and because they were a well-known figure, or had, I think, a certain like follower limit, and someone a well-known public figure, whether it was entertainer, politician, what have you, had a blue check mark, so they're verified, so it's actually their account. But then it was introduced that check marks would be through Twitter Blue, which is a subscription that you pay for, and it grants you access to the blue check mark, and it's supposed to apparently your account might not be as seen without the blue check mark. I recommend checking out Penguin Z0 / Moist Critical. He goes way in depth about it. He's been following it for a while, plus really awesome content creator. But talking about the blue check marks, and the reason Elon Musk apparently wanted to do that was to siphon out the trolls and everything, and the people wanting to cause havoc with like the fake accounts. But it backfires, because then all you need to do is just pay for Twitter Blue, and boom, you have your check mark. So almost I can kind of see the theory behind it, but didn't really work out. And now, the legacy check marks have been removed entirely, and now the only check marks remaining are the ones for Twitter Blue, meaning you have to pay for your check marks, which I think is really messed up. And they didn't even offer like a different color check mark for like the legacy verified ones, like gold or silver or something like that. And no, just the check marks removed entirely, which kind of sucks and is kind of dumb. Twitter, a lot of people have said, is on the downturn, and I can kind of agree with that, but that's really messed up. Like, people who have these check marks to be verified, and having a lot of this publicity and everything, now kind of having it ripped away from them, that kind of sucks. Me personally, I'm not gonna pay for Twitter Blue, and only really use Twitter to keep in touch with some of my friends who use Twitter, but also check out like wrestling stuff, mainly. But yeah, Twitter, you're getting dunked on for that. Is kind of rewarding, but it is still kind of dumb how they're going about that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is ambition. So what is ambition? And so we have the definition here is a strong desire to do or to achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work, or desire and determination to achieve success. We talked about similar things here on System Shock Radio, such as like perseverance, tenacity, wanting to succeed, things like that. And ambition kind of goes into that as well. Having the drive to try to achieve things, wanting to achieve things, being driven and to achieve things. But ambition is something that's kind of had both positive and negative connotations in the past. Some people say ambition is a good thing. Some people say ambition is a bad thing. Me personally, I say it's more so how you use it. I think. And it really depends on what you do with your ambition. If you want to accomplish something, if you want to achieve something, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, depending on the goal and depending on how you go about achieving the goal, it can be good or bad. For example, having ambitions to graduate school, or to find a new place of employment, or wanting to fulfill a career, wanting to achieve a project, wanting to complete a project. Having the ambition, the desire, the drive to be able to do so can be motivating. But if you have the ambition to do something bad, then that's when ambition becomes a bad thing. So it's all about perception, and it's all about what you do with your ambitions. And if you really want to achieve something, I'm here to tell you, you can do it. If you really want to achieve a goal, well, then let your ambition drive you forward, and you will achieve it. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode of System Shock Radio. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on anything I talked about in this episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.